I'm on Klopfanstein at the portal in Utica, where Cleo Qupid of Cupid Zero Productions is presenting Reveal, the Art of Burlesque.
So we have our student showcase. I taught an 8-week class and had 6 lovely students that were a part of this journey, and we went through the history of burlesque, what it means to be a burlesque performer, the way that you move, the different routes you can take. So it really was a catalyst of everything that is
What does it mean to be a burlesque performer?
To embody what you have on the inside, so bring out that internal persona that maybe has been hiding and lurking under all of these layers that you build. To be a part of a community that really is rich in history and in the way that we bond together, and just, I don't know, there's so much that is layered into being a burlesque performer, but these ones tonight really got it. They really looked great.
One of the key ingredients of burlesque, one of the things that makes a burlesque performer into great art is really like the art of the tease, and really like the slow reveal, and making the audience feel like they saw more than they did.
Yes, correct.
So how do you do that?
You have to build a tension. So, you know, when we do glove pulls or stocking pulls or anything like that, we make you wait for it. We'll pull it a couple of times and then pull it off. We want to build the tension. We want you to want us, whether, you know, off stage or not. We want you to want us. So it really takes a lot of patience and skill to build that. All of the performers tonight really were able to hone in on that. We spent several classes just building the tension of how to build that tension and how to take something off.
I'm with Kate Delish. You were one of the performers tonight. You also helped to teach the class,
Yes,
right?
I did.
So what was the process like?
So the process, Cleo pretty much came to me and she was like, "Hey, do you want to teach a class?" And I was like, "Do you really want me to stand in front of a bunch of people and talk? Because that is the worst idea ever." But no, it was really...
Rose to the occasion.
Yes, it was really lovely. I got to, you know, really get hands-on with a lot of the girls. I taught mostly about costuming and pasty making and a little bit of choreography.
What's important with costuming, with burlesque?
So, everybody's different really, but what draws the eye for me personally is a lot of rhinestones, very bedazzled costumes, but that's not what makes burlesque. You know, it's not the make or break, but I think the real attention to detail in your overall look and how you present yourself is really what brings it for anybody. And a little bit of choreography.
How do you decide like how much to wear and how much to take off?
It really depends on what I'm trying to portray. And in this act, I was just like, it's going to be all out there. You know, like
it was kind of a revealing act.
Yes,
kind of,
at the beginning, I'm not wearing much to begin with, but I'm like, I want to kind of trick the audience into being like, but what else?
Oh,
what else is there?
Where you go?
How far are you willing to go as a performer?
Right. How far did you go in your own words? I saw the performance, but how would you describe it?
I feel like I went to my all-time like comfortability as well as like the skimpiest, I guess.
How does it make you feel as an artist, but more importantly, I think as a female artist?
That's tough. That's really tough. Because it's really tough.
Because sometimes I think with women at times, and artists too, especially female artists at times, your sexuality I think is used against people. They're women and minorities, and like with the art of burlesque, you're really like embracing them. And,
absolutely.
Embracing the power of that.
Yeah, you kind of.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I feel like you really take the reins when you do this. Like you have to convey to an audience. Like you have to have them in your hand almost. And I feel like that's what I try to portray every time. Is like I have the audience captive, and all eyes are on me. when most people, sometimes it makes them uncomfortable.
Right.
You know, like, but sometimes you just gotta fight through it, and it's a battle sometimes. It is to really have all eyes on you, watching you when everything is just so hard nowadays.
So what does it feel like? How do you deal with that in that moment? How do you take that moment and make it into great art?
Just, I try not to be in my head too much, because when you're in your head, you can't give it your all.
Yeah.
And when you can't give it your all, it's not like the audience can really tell, but
you can tell.
You can tell, and you don't feel like you're giving 100% when you know you can.
And once you've given 100% on the stage, does it help you to give 100% in your life?
I think for me personally, yes. I look at this as an outlet. I don't really have a stressful job or a stressful life, but sometimes, you know, you just need something that brings you joy, that brings you fulfillment, and I think that's what that personally does for me.
I'm with Shalane Vano. She's the owner of the Portal. So what is the Portal?
Yeah, it's a multi-dimensional space actually. So I have obviously public events here, depending on the practitioner. I do my sound immersions here, so I use the gong and other, instruments to create a really healing and calming environment here.
Tell me about this 8-week course.
Yeah, so Cleo reached out to me when the portal first opened, and I opened up the email and it said burlesque in the email. And I was just so excited, and we met, and I just fell in love with her and how she had, anticipated like teaching the class, and we decided on an 8-week series. So she goes over all the things. She goes over the history of burlesque, the art of the tease, character development, props, how to decide on the song, and then so we would do a lot of stuff downstairs, like in the boardroom, the actual background, and then we would come up here and practice. So she had guests come in. So Kay Delish came in and she brought in some of her props and her pasties, and we talked about the difference between some of the different types of performances and things
What are
like
the differences? What are the types of performances?
Yeah, so I mean, with burlesque, you can take off as much of your clothing as you want. You can literally just take one glove off. It's really about the art of the tease.
It's about taking it off, not having it off.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So you kind of work up to that, and we did that over the course of 8 weeks. People became more comfortable. It was a lot about embodying our, like sensuality and feeling comfortable. Revealed. Like that's why we're calling it revealed, because we're revealing ourselves. We're shedding parts of ourselves, and as you can see from a lot of the performances, they were very like personal.
Very emotional.
Story. Yeah, there were some emotional performances.
What emotions do you feel when you're performing?
Yeah, so I mean, this is my first like public performance, but I love to dance, so I'm always like dancing, and I feel like the energy, and I wanted to just experience this and see what it was like, and I've been following Cleo, and obviously to support these other women. So like being the one to kind of take the lead and say like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and then that gives other women or men or anyone really permission to also, fully express themselves creatively.
Is that important to you?
Yeah, it's very important to
me.
Yeah, I think because in society today, we're just required to kind of like, especially in social media, everything's so curated, and you're seeing like exactly, there's different parts of yourself that maybe want to be revealed, right? Yeah. That you maybe like pack up, and it's in the back of your closet, you have this cute dress, you never wear it, and this gives you an opportunity to kind of dig out those pieces in your closet and come out and like show everyone what you can actually do, Yeah.
Good for you. How would you describe really the nature of femininity? Because you're beautiful, you got the dress and the hair and makeup and everything there. What does it feel like to you to embody femininity and glamour and beauty and that kind of thing?
It's a release in some ways. I have spent a lot of my life not wanting to do makeup or hair or anything like that. I think it has a lot to do with being labeled too girly, so I think that's part of it. But when I engage in this art, I get to be who I am on the inside, so bring out that persona, bring out who maybe those sassy characteristics that I hide when I'm not on stage. So the femininity part of it, I think burlesque can embody both femininity and masculinity, so it's more an exaggeration of your internal thoughts and feelings, and
I think that's a really good point. And like sometimes the term burlesque is used as a synonym for like exaggeration.
Yes.
And stuff. And that is part of the fun here.
Yes.
So like, how would you describe that element to what burlesque is?
I think it has to do a lot with taking what maybe is socially taboo, so taking your clothes off or showing certain parts of your body or showing skin, and just running against it and going, no, I'm going to do it because I want to, and having fun with it. So everyone here tonight had a lot of fun with whatever act they did. We had people who did.
And it's your body.
It's your body. You get to showcase it and say, I'm comfortable in it. You have to be a little comfortable with yourself to do something like this. But I think a lot of the performers tried to encompass different types of burlesque. So there's the classic sexy, there's the very sentimental. We had an act that was very heartfelt and talked a lot about grief and loss. So it really tries to encompass the whole human emotion, but it can be very silly at times.
Describe your act tonight.
My
For the
act,
radio listeners,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
it was a very glamorous, very
Yes.
classy, it looked like old time Hollywood to me.
yes,
the
that was
dress
my
and the
hope.
fan, you
Old
know.
time Hollywood holiday, I guess is the right
What's
way.
your thinking?
Yes. I love holidays.
Yeah.
So my specialty is feather fans. So when I use those feather fans, I have several of them. I spend a lot of money on them because they are very expensive, but I used big red fans and eventually stripped down to just green lingerie and then a little bit of a Jingle Bell surprise at the end. So I won't give away the whole thing, but it was a very fun holiday time.
Cleo's next production is Happy New Year, a New Year's Eve cabaret. It'll be at the old That Place on Bleecker Street in Utica on New Year's Eve. At the Portal in Utica, I'm Ron Klopfanstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat.
A brand new year.